Hello, my friends. This is Andy over at the COVID-19 Live TV show, coming to you live from Brea, California. And I have a really cool show tonight with a friend of mine. We met about a year ago, somewhere in that neighborhood. I can't remember exactly how long ago it was. It feels like it was a little bit over a year ago. And Kyle Mercer was a talent that we brought in. We were in Nashville at our mastermind retreat, and we were able to find Kyle and have him come in and close our last evening in Nashville, Tennessee. We were on this beautiful ranch in Franklin, just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And it was a beautiful mansion. And here we got a country star in the living room singing to our members. And it was a very memorable night. Not only was the music good, and the fact that he can sing almost anything that we threw at him, and even some of the songs that he didn't know all the words in, we kind of like figured it out by the end of the song. It was awesome. And then he had dinner with us and just spent the rest of the evening with us. So it was a really cool time. So I'm happy to bring Kyle to you, and we'll have a little talk. He has a great background that I think you'll find you'll be very proud of Kyle, of what he's done, and we'll bring you all that right after this. Kyle Mercer, what's going on?
What's going on, man? The music is always going, so
there's always something going on. Man, I am so happy to see you. I tell people all the time. I mean, we have some great masterminds. We've been in Carmel, we've been in the Dominican Republic, we've been, all over Whistler, Canada, and but in Nashville, it was awesome. It was amazing. And then you coming there to our house that we were at, the big ranch, that mansion that we were at, and singing for us. That was just a treat to have you there at the house. How do you what's your memories of that time with us?
Man, well, they started even before I got there, because I got an email. I think I got an email about, I was on my way home from Alabama, actually, and I've been playing all night. So I forget what time your mastermind started at, but I was just like maybe 2 hours away from Nashville, just getting home. Mm-hmm. And I got an email on the road. So I looked it up and I'm like, oh, I forget who wrote me, but yeah.
Verlinda. Verlinda's her name. Oh, you're
emails, and she, needed me, and bam, I was there. But that was the start of the night. And I mean, I was dead tired. So that's saying a lot.
Yeah. Oh, we kept you up.
Yeah.
we kept feeding you and had a couple beers together and some other stuff. Had some good stories. Had some really good laughs. The first thing I want people to know about you, though, is that you served our great country in the Navy. Can you tell us a little bit about your time in the Navy?
Yeah. So I joined the Navy 2003, and I joined to be a SEAL. I wanted to be a SEAL my whole life, pretty much. So I didn't really get to do that. So I got sent to Japan for 4 years and served pretty much my whole time there in Japan as an aviation ordnanceman and a plane captain. So I was basically in charge of the safety of the jet, of the F-18 jet, and loading bombs and ordnance in the missiles, which is ordnance, on the jet. So that's what I did. I was, like I said, I was in Japan. I mean, it was a great experience. I'm not gonna dog it, but I really missed America.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. But I just thank you for your service and all you did over there. I mean, I'm just, I wasn't in the military. I was a police officer, but I'm just so proud of all you guys that go over there and serve for us. And unfortunately, I know what it's like a little bit to be working when everybody else is sleeping and trying to protect them and keep them alive. And it takes special people to do that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, you know as well as I do. I mean, it's like you love what you do, but at the same time, you miss the ones that you love. So
right.
I was thinking about that constantly. I think I got to go home once a year for maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas. And man, it was always tugging on me, man. I wanted to get back to my family, but as I said, it's an experience, and I grew up real fast, doing it, because there's a lot of responsibility involved. You're in charge of, $1 million aircraft. But I mean, it was cool, man. I enjoyed it.
Very good. How long have you been playing music?
I'm playing music probably for steady for as like a living for the last 10 years. I started playing music like the guitar and singing probably when I was little, but seriously playing probably 10 years now about. So I learned the guitar on YouTube and
that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, I have a feeling I remember that you said you learned how to play guitar on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I looked up my favorite songs, and I think one of them was like a Dwight Yoakam song, and Guitars Cadillacs, I think it was, and I just would watch his hands in the video. So it was kind of before we had a lot of other technology that we could, look at the chord charts and all that stuff on the internet. But I would just stop the video, look at his hands, and just try to listen to see what the chord was. And that's pretty much how I learned. It took me a while. It probably took me like 6 years to be really, efficient at it, I guess, efficient at playing and could pretty much play whatever if I knew the chords.
Yeah. That's gotta take some talent to be able to do that. Watch a video and watch the guy's hands and figure out where to put yours and to stay patient.
Yeah.
All that time.
And that's what it's kind of a pain too, but
wow.
But
you never thought to just go get lessons? You never thought just to go get lessons from somebody?
Honestly, no. I never did. I didn't. I just wanted to do it. I wanted to do it so bad. I wanted to play so bad that I was just like, you know what? I mean, that's kind of how I've always been, how I kind of always lived. I've always been kind of, just independent and kind of do what I want when I want to do it in a way. So I'm just a get her done kind of guy, I guess. So.
Awesome. I love it. I love that story. That was one of my favorite stories you told at Nashville. Just to have the patience to learn to that way. I actually do go to YouTube for a lot of different stuff. When my washer breaks and I can't figure out what's wrong with it, I go to YouTube, and I've been able to figure out how to, fix the washer. So there's a lot of different reasons. I go to YouTube to figure stuff out. We have a lot of people watching. So as you're watching, if you wouldn't mind, please just type in who you are, where you're watching from. That would be awesome. Just to let us know where everybody's watching from. We already have Scott and Julie that have put some comments on here. But it really helps with the algorithm to send this video out to people so they can see it that aren't normally in my network. So it would be amazing. We're broadcasting on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook all at the same time. So it also lets me know where you're watching from, because I can see if you're commenting from YouTube or Twitter or Twitch or Facebook. And again, that just lets me know what's happening and what we're doing. And so I would greatly appreciate you guys doing that. So I want to get to one of your songs, songs that you wrote, because you're a singer-songwriter, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, singer-songwriter.
Yeah. So what would be now? I think you told me one of your favorites or before we got started. But did you? I don't know if you have an agenda of songs that you want to play or anything like that. But I would love to hear you just knock out a song right now, so that we can let the friends that aren't recognized. I mean, I know you have lots of friends in here, because I see people that recognize you. Probably they say, "Hey, buddy," like they're friends of yours. But there's probably some people that have never heard your music before. I find that difficult to believe, but there probably are maybe one or two people.
Yeah. Well, so I didn't have really any song list, but I'll do a song here. This is a song I wrote about being in the military, because we always used to get letters from kids kind of saying thank you for your service, and they were cute, written in crayon and everything.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to do this song. This one's called Sincerely Me. Another day on the front lines in a land I don't know. Heading back to my station and the sand starts to blow. Today some mail came for me, so I pulled out this letter and started to read. It says, my name is Mary Jo Sue, and I'm proud of the things that you do. Protect protecting my mama and my friends. I hope you like different colored crayons. My teacher says you left there belong. And draw you a picture, now you move home. I hope you like what you see. Sincerely, your new friend me. Now there's no time to think as the bullets fly by. Gotta hold back the tears once again, fight to survive. God, I've been out here so long, and her little words help me hang on. She said, my name is Mary Jo Sue, and I'm proud of the things that you do, protecting my mama and my friends. I hope you like different colored crayons. My teacher says you're out there belong, and to draw you a picture, now you move home. I hope you like what you see. Sincerely, your new friend me. If it ain't in God's plans and I don't make it back, I hope this note gets to you. The soldier wrote her back and said, thank you, Mary Jo Sue. To think of me is awful nice of you. I'm home now with family and friends. I carried your note till the end. I was serving out there all along. In that picture you drew, you bring it back home. I hope you like what you see. Here's a picture of my family. Sincerely, your new friend, me. Another day on the front lines in a land I don't know. That's sincerely me right there.
Wow. I like that. I like that song a lot.
Thank you.
That is really
Thanks,
cool.
Man.
But,
Before I forget, I wrote that song with Mr. John Bilecki. So he is a songwriter out of Chicago, and we actually met in Nashville. So he flies back and forth, and we write songs together. And so just want to give that shout out.
awesome. Nice job. Is Debbie your mom?
No.
Somebody else's mom? Mom Debbie watching from Arizona.
Debbie Olson. Oh, yeah. Mama Debbie. Well, see, I've been adopted by a lot of people, so a lot of them will claim me. Yeah, but I do have a real mom.
Okay, good. Well, I'm too young to be your dad, so you'll be my friend. How about that?
There you go. That works.
So I got to ask you, being a singer-songwriter, what comes first, the music or the words? Do you like get a title, or do you get like a few phrases in your head and you go, you know what, I got to put some music to it, or do you have the rhythm and the hook and the music and all that kind of stuff, and then you put the words to it?
I mean, honestly, it comes all different kinds of ways. But like, for example, sometimes I'll have a tune in my head and I'll know the tune, I'll know the changes in the music. I'll pretty much be producing it in my head. But if I pick up a guitar or I pick up an instrument, I could potentially ruin the music in my head. So I try to get to a computer, get somewhere I can write lyrics while singing the song in my head and just write lyrics to it. And I don't even need I don't need a guitar or anything. But so I just make sure that I record the melody. So I'll be like, do, 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 and get some lyrics down. And then once I'm kind of like done with writing some of the lyrics, like a first chorus maybe or a first verse, then I'll start trying to add music like the guitar or the piano live, I guess.
Wow.
So
Do
I don't
you
know,
ever
it's kind of weird in a way.
do you ever have any songs you started working on and nothing really developed, and then like a year or two later you go, oh, I think I had this song, and then pick it up later and now it turns into something? Or do they almost always just die and you just throw them away?
I mean, honestly, that's happened before. But I'd say more times than not, I'll start writing an idea, and I'll think it's real good. I'll start writing the lyrics, and then I'll just write one line of that idea, and then I'll think, man, this could go a totally different way. And for whatever reason, I feel like that second time through the song, like I come up with another song because of that line that I just thought of that I was writing for the first song. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. And
so
all of you watching,
I mean, for example, like I had an idea. Oh, no, sorry, go ahead. We're cutting in and out. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to tell everybody that I realize that your connection is kind of cutting in and out. For whatever reason, for the most part, the sound is actually pretty decent compared to the video. But you just moved, right? So you just moved to a new place and you don't have any internet.
Here.
What's that? You know what you might need to do is just turn everything off and then come back in again. Want to give that a shot just one time? And I'll vamp while you're doing that. Did you hear what I said?
Okay.
Just turn everything off, like your phone all the way down, and turn it back on, and try to get back in and see if that improves anything. Sometimes that works. There you go. All right, you know what I'm going to do? And just tell you a little bit of about Kyle coming to Nashville, that kind of stuff. It was one of those last minute things that we figured out that we were in this place where no matter what type of restaurant, you can go into a Denny's, you can go into a Red Roof Inn. I don't know if they have Red Roof in there, but you go to a smaller hotel or a bigger hotel. In almost every place has somebody playing music inside it, and it's almost like somebody, some type of professional in the way that they sound and that kind of stuff. So we had a feeling that we would be able to find somebody to come to the mansion with us and play. And we got so lucky. Kyle just fit in to our family there of Mastermind. It's a group of entrepreneurs that we have this mastermind group where we help them do marketing and help them with their business needs and that kind of stuff. And so that's what we were there doing. It's a small group, but Kyle came in and did a great job. Did that fix it? Let's see.
Did it work?
Now I can't hear you. Unfortunately, there you are. There you are. Well, let's give it a try and see if we can get through this just a little bit. The one thing, and I'm not asking you to do this now, but the one thing that you did while we were in Nashville is that we were like shout out songs to you, and you just played them. How many songs do you have in your head? How is that possible to be able to play so many different songs? I don't know how you did it or do it. One of the two.
I mean, I think it's both. If I've heard the song before, if I kind of know the melody, I can kind of remember the words. I don't know about that, but even though I've heard that song, listening to so many kinds of music, I grew up. So my mom's from New York and my dad's from Texas. So I got a little mix of all different kinds of genres of music. Listen to classic rock and country music, and so I've kind of listened to a little bit of everything, and I like everything, really. I mean, this is kind of weird, but sometimes I like some smooth jazz. So it's kind
nice. Me too.
That's how I am. It's a feeling, right? It's a feeling. It's like,
yeah. I guess it's one of those things. Once you develop that muscle for it, that muscle memory for doing that thing, whatever that activity is, it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So that's probably just happened over time. That muscle, you trained yourself to just remember those songs and then they click in. It's like my cop stories that I tell sometimes. I won't think of them on my own, but if somebody asks me the right question or triggers a memory, then all of a sudden the whole story comes out of my brain, out of the file cabinet. So it's probably something very similar to that, I'm guessing. Man,
well,
we're
yeah,
both
it's like I was just having a conversation with somebody about this. It's like we were watching an artist, and I can't even fathom how the artist could see the picture the way they were drawing it,
right.
without even doing a draft, like a rough draft. And so at the same token, like, I think I can't even explain to you how I remember. Got a little bit of internet connection.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just cutting out a little bit. I heard most of what you said there.
I will definitely have better internet next time we do this.
That's good. Let's at least get another song in. We still have a lot of people have not left, so I'm not sure if they're hearing it differently than how we're hearing it. But let us know if it's cutting out, and we definitely will do this again because I want to make sure you have the best possibility to show your talent. And I hate that it cuts out. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and try. Just knock out one more song. Let's do another song. We're just having difficulty hearing each other. This reminds me of watching the news because everybody's now doing the very same thing on the news. But let's hear another song if we can. Oh man, I think he's completely frozen now. Let's try one more time. Try turning off your phone and starting all over again. I'm gonna go ahead and drop him down. I don't know if you can hear me or not. It's worth one more try because I just wanted I really wanted you guys to hear his music. So go ahead and turn it off and try one more time. Let's just see if that fixes it. If not, then we're gonna have to wait. I'm gonna play a song from your album though. I'm gonna play a song from Kyle's album. This is Long Shot Honey. Oops.
Well, I know that you tried, been let down by every guy. And the more you search for love, it can't be found. But like a story from a book, all it took was just one look. It was love at first sight. It feels different this time. It may be a long shot, honey, but I'm gonna make you love me. There's a turning point for you to see all the reasons you should be with me. I know it may sound funny, but I bet up all my money on me and you so you could see. I'd show you this was meant to be. Well, I love you like there's everything to lose. Take a long shot, honey. Well, you say that it's nice to have a rich man by your side.
All right, we're gonna bring it back. We're playing a little music, a little bit of your music while you were gone. Let's see if this works now. We really want to hear from you live right now. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry,
Maybe.
man. It was on full bars, and then I turned it on this, and it was on 2. So I don't know what's going on, man.
Darn.
I'm not really sure. That's all right. We'll get her done.
All right. Amanda wants to hear some George Strait for your friends in PA.
George Strait. I think I can do some George Strait for you.
All right.
PA, huh? Never been. Hey, there we go.
Apparently you have some friends there.
All right, let's see here. Love is unconditional. Hear it from the start. See it in your eyes. You can feel it from my heart. From here on after, stay the way we are right now. Really like. I cross my home and promise to you never find your love is true. It's mine. You will always be the miracle. It's life complete. And as long as there's a breath in me, life is just as sweet. As it leads to tomorrow, be the best it can be. Cross my dreams come true. Being on the world, you never find. And it's down to stone. Got the promise of my love. Your love is true. Is mine. Your love is true. Come on, George Strait.
Nice. What was that? Yeah, you cut up. All right. So, you know, we're gonna have to come back and do this again. I don't want to push this so far that, people drop off. because they can't hear you. It's just one of those things. I mean, we see it happening on Fox News and regular TV stations, and so it's not just us, right? It's just the internet is clogged, and when you're trying to use cell service, it was working so good earlier too. But we'll make sure and do this again, and hopefully you can hear what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and bring you down, and I'm going to play one of your songs to close out this. So those of you that have been hanging around, I'm going to play one of your songs from your website, and it will be, I've chosen, which one is it? Whiskey and Shotguns.
Yeah.
How about that?
No, I can hear you. But yeah,
All right.
man, hey, thank you for having me. And,
No problem.
Yeah.
And now, and so we'll definitely do this when you get your internet connected, and all will be good. So I'll close out with that song, and then we'll bring you back. All right. It's so awkward, right? All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this back up again. I'm gonna drop myself down, and all of you, thank you for your patience and sticking with it. This is the internet. This is the way things work right now. So I appreciate you guys very much. We'll see you later.
I know this girl living down the way, a sweet little red hot sexy thing. She always liked to have a good time, and the things she done would blow your mind. So if you wanna get down tonight, well, saddle up, she's a wild ride. She got that tattoo painted on her arm, a little country girl with a big heart. Well, she can get down any time of day, and she can crank it up with a hey, hey, hey. Now there ain't nothing that girl can do. Take a beat up truck, fix it up new. Got straight up redneck boy. She was raised on whiskey and a shotgun. She can plow it out on a John Deere tractor. And that's the kind of woman I'm chasing after. She's always down for hunting and fishing, and sipping on Jack while skinny dipping. So if you wanna get down tonight, well, brother man, she can do it right. She got that tattoo painted on her arm, a little country girl with a big heart. Well, she can get down any time of day, and she can crank it up with a hey, hey, hey. Now there ain't nothing that girl can do. Take a beat up truck, fix it up new. Got straight up redneck boy. She was raised on whiskey and a shotgun. She's a pretty little thing in her country right cut up jeans, and with them angel lips she could steal a kiss. She's a perfect girl for me. She got that tattoo painted on her.